What's up, Wikimaniacs? On today's episode, we have brothers who go see the Barbie movie, a wife suggests an open marriage, OP blames his wife, a mom reports her daughter's teacher, a husband gives his wife the cold shoulder, and a wife who shouldn't be talked to until she's had her coffee. For the Patreon exclusive stories, we have a mom who has a favorite daughter, and pool upkeep causes tension in a marriage. If those sound interesting to you and you want day early and ad-free episodes, head on over to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network. Reddit on Wiki starts now.
Get therapy. I'm not reading. Get therapy.
What's up, Wikimaniacs? It's your boy Josh here for another Am I the Asshole Friday. I'm, of course, joined by my two lovely co-hosts, Sean and John. What's up, boys?
The Browns are here.
Browns. Hashtag.
The Browns are in town.
Don't try to appropriate our culture.
Okay.
We'll let it slide. Maybe.
What's up, boys? How you doing on this Friday?
Doing quite all right. Went to the dentist. That's always not fun.
Will they say Chip Skylark?
Actually, I had to schedule my 6 months, and then, I was like, oh, well, I have a wedding around this date, and they're like, oh, cool. Is it in town? I was like, oh no, out of town. It's my Canadian friend. And then the hygienist was like, oh, cool. How do you know somebody from Canada? I was like, oh, this sounds really lame, but I host a podcast. She's like, oh yeah, I'll give it a listen. I'm like, oh, so
Please
if
don't.
you are indeed listening to this, I actually, the dentist is Thai, dude.
Okay.
Ignore what I said 2 minutes ago when I said I don't like it.
That's funny. I actually don't mind the dentist. It's all right.
The people are nice. I just things in my mouth. Not a fan.
That's what she said.
She said she's not a fan, John. I'm so sorry, brother.
Just kidding.
Oh, either way, you're in trouble.
About. You know what I'm about. You know what I'm fucking about.
All right. Well, if you boys are ready, let's hop into the first story we got here.
Put it in your mouth, Josh.
No?
Put what?
Put what in my mouth?
You know what? Okay, let's go with the story.
God damn it.
Sean, I want to talk to HR.
Yeah. Unfortunately, John is our HR.
Come on in, baby.
We're truly fucked, actually.
What you want to talk about?
Oh, so many things. All right. So this first one's cross-posted by That Tall Girl 1018. And they actually took a screenshot because it was on Facebook.
Whoa.
Nice.
So the title for this one
Somebody
is...
wrote an Am I the Asshole on Facebook?
Yeah.
This is going to be truly unhinged then.
Oh, God.
This one's titled, Am I the Asshole for Taking My Brother to See the Barbie Movie?
No, your brother
No.
probably sounds like a piece of shit and wanted to educate them about certain topics.
Okay.
Yeah. I truly think if you have a problem with the Barbie movie, I think it's a you problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if they made the same, I don't know. Is this?
It's a good movie.
Yeah. And it's a comedy. I think, if you feel attacked by it, you need to take a long look in the mirror, bud.
Wait.
I appreciate the representation in that movie. So
You need to
I'll
take a
say
long
that.
look in the mirror, bud.
There we go.
Yeah, they appreciate those of us who have such micro penises. It might as well be smooth like a toy.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. All right. So you guys are saying not the asshole. Let's hop into it. I, 26 male, have a younger brother, 20 male, who I'm really close with. He has really wanted to see the Barbie movie. He has been sad lately after breaking up with his boyfriend, so I offered to take him to see the movie with me, and I even offered to wear pink with him and dress up.
So I think we were wrong. I think we were wrong about the brother being an asshole.
Yeah, you guys made
Right
real,
off the bat, real bad diagnosis there.
That's all good. It's all good.
The brother sounds wholesome and just going through shit right now.
Yeah, brother sounds pretty all right. I'm thinking it might be some shitty family members or something.
Immediately retracting the brother statements.
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's take that back right now.
He seemed really excited about it, and we went last night. He had a really good time, and we took a picture. I was showing my girlfriend, and she started saying how I embarrassed her by doing that.
Oh for 2.
Your girlfriend seems like the problem so far.
Not the
Yeah.
family, the girlfriend.
And if people who know my brother see that picture, they're going to think we're dating and some other stuff, and then she left the house. Now she's not talking to me. I'm really confused. I was just trying to do something nice for my brother, but this is making me wonder if I did something wrong.
Also,
No.
crazy to write this on Facebook. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that. And yeah, obviously, no. Your girlfriend's weird for thinking some incesty thing with your brother. It's do friends not like? I watched Spider-Man 3, I think, in a Spider-Man costume with other people also.
I would
dressed up.
love to see that. I would love to see Sean.
I think, well, it wasn't tights. It was like the, Spirit Halloween, big muscle, fake muscle type
Okay.
deals.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I was like 14, John. I don't know if you don't sexualize me. But
Damn, I wasn't even thinking that. What the fuck?
you said you want to see me in tights. I don't know how else.
Well, I didn't know
To
you were
take
14, motherfucker.
He means that now. He wants to see it now.
I want to see now.
Oh, in tights now. I got you. I'm with it. I can make that happen.
This is funny
but-
because your story reminds me of when we went to see Suicide Squad with a buddy. And I don't think he got the message, and he dressed up in a Spider-Man costume. No one else was dressed up.
Hell yeah. Just completely. Did he know the mistake he made? Like, this is completely a different comic book company.
I truly don't know to this day if he knew, because we watched the whole movie, and he didn't say anything afterwards about not being Spider-Man.
Fuck it. He's just with it.
Hell yeah. It was probably his one superhero costume. And it's like, I mean, when else am I
Why
going to
not?
fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It don't matter.
We were way
Close
older
enough.
than 18 whenever Suicide Squad came out, early 20s. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was talking Spider-Man 3 as in like
The
Toby.
OG. Yeah.
Toby Maguire. What a disappointment that one was. Oh,
That started you on your goth era, though, Sean, didn't it?
that is, yeah. I may have had a mullet already. I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the story. Sorry. What's your take, John, on this problematic girlfriend?
Sean said it already. I don't know what side of hub is she on to think like incestual shit right away, but there is something wrong with your girlfriend. You need and OP needs to have a sit down with her and say like, hey, what the fuck do you mean by that, bro? Like,
I think the only one thinking it was you.
Yeah, the girlfriend. Like, what is your problem?
Yeah, because her take is if anyone knows his brother, they're going to think they're dating. But if they know his brother, they know, probably
Then that's
that he
your
has a
brother.
I mean, but even then, even if you match with like a friend at a movie for the movie, I don't think that's like
Constitutes dating.
Yeah, constitutes
You know,
dating. Like maybe if it was fucking like 50 Shades of Grey and y'all match like BDSM, whatever that is, because that's not BDSM. We've been made aware. But whatever, 50 Shades of Grey themed outfits
That's the
with
only
a friend
example
to
we
the
can
movie
think
theaters.
of.
Yeah.
Then that might be weird. People might be like, okay, well, maybe they're dating. I don't know. It's just pretty strange. But
Ball gag and all.
but wearing all pink at the Barbie movie is pretty I feel like everyone
tame
did
as hell.
that.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like everyone did that.
Yeah, I'm getting like very homophobic vibes from your girlfriend, who feels like she doesn't vibe with your brother. So
Yeah, you might want to reconsider that relationship.
yeah, maybe it's a good thing she's not talking to you anymore.
That's true. Just ghost her ass.
Our subreddit deemed not the asshole, and
Yeah.
Cheesy Bread said, that's just sad. She shouldn't care about you going out with your brother, and people might think you're dating. It's not uncommon for siblings to be mistaken for two people dating, regardless of the genders. I think there's some homophobia and maybe projection too. Either way, she should just trust you enough to go out with people without thinking you're cheating on her, and boundaries should already be known in the relationship.
I'll say this: when my sister first had like her first baby, and her husband is a Marine, so like he'd be away, and then she'd like come and hang out with my parents and me, and I would like go to the mall with her and her kids. People would be like, "Oh my god, your kid is so cute," and I was like, "Oh no. Could not be further from the truth." It's fine if people think that, but if they know that you're the sibling, they're not gonna think that unless they're your weird ass girlfriend. I think everybody else is either gonna be like, "Oh, are they dating? Oh no, that's her brother." Of course not. They just matched at a movie.
Yeah.
Or I just don't. Yeah, no one I think was thinking it except her.
No.
And who the hell is in your Facebook friends list anyways? Chances are it's your family and, people you probably know.
Yeah, everyone that knows who your brother is.
Exactly.
So it's so strange.
All right, moving on to the next one. Cross-posted by the GOAT, Mary Gitz, 2011.
Man, what a year. What a year.
What a year. This one is, am I the asshole for suggesting an open marriage since my husband won't have sex and begs me not to divorce him?
No, because you
say
sound
no.
like, you openly communicated that's what you wanted.
Okay. All right. Let's hop into it then.
Josh has been tricky with these titles. The way he said, all right. Made me feel like, did we get it wrong immediately again?
Do I not do that?
Guess
every
what,
time?
brother? It doesn't fucking matter anymore.
That's true.
We're just
We're
having
free.
fun.
We're having fun.
We're free
having
from
fun.
the whites rules.
No, I said like that because I was expecting you guys to go off it and then you didn't. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to
okay.
jump into it.
Well, the title was very descriptive, so it sounds like it makes it seem as if they had already had discussions about the issues at hand.
He about to pull the reverse Uno card on our asses right now, Sean.
I'm ready. Like you said,
You
We're
just
having fun
activated
here.
my
We're having
trap
fun. We're having
card.
fun.
we're having fun, dude.
All right. So my husband, 48 male, and I, 46 female, have been married for well over 20 years. Our youngest left the house 8 months ago, so it's just us two left. I would have expected our sex life to get better. I don't have a high sex drive, but once a week or twice a week is good with me. I haven't had sex for 6 to 7 months. I have spoken to my husband about this, but he usually doesn't want to do any actual physical sexual activity. He asked me for a blowjob, but doesn't want to give.
No.
No, that's selfishness
Incorrect,
right there.
sir.
What a dick. Throughout our marriage, it was fine, but these last few months have just consisted of this. I've spoken to him multiple times about this, and the only thing he says is that he's tired or that he doesn't feel up for it. It's ruined my self-esteem. I'm getting older, and I don't look the same as I did years ago. I finally got fed up with this. I was honest and told him that this is ruining my self-esteem and making me insecure about myself and my age, and he didn't even care. He says everyone gets older and don't have sex as much anymore, and just changes the subject. After so many attempts of trying to speak to him about this and him just brushing it off, I brought up divorce.
Okay.
He begged me not to even bring it up, that he needs me in his life, that we have been together for this long and there's no point of divorce.
I mean, I feel like she's talked about the point of divorce. She's explained explicitly what she wants in a marriage, and then you have shut her down each and every time.
What a terrible reason to not get divorced. Oh, we've just been together long enough that there's no point. Like, there's a point for her. She's clearly not happy or satisfied in this relationship.
You make her feel like shit, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, babe, let's have sex. Yeah, I'll take a fucking blowy, and that's it. That's absolutely.
You ain't getting none though. You ain't getting shit.
What the fuck?
Crazy. I told him that he can't just leave me around with no intimacy and expect me to be fine with it. I finally brought up the idea of an open marriage, and he immediately refused. He told me he couldn't ever see me with another man. It was back and forth until I just gave up. I don't know if I was a horrible person for even bringing this up, but I feel miserable here. So am I the asshole?
No. And I feel like divorce is inevitable at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's the right decision at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's not making any moves to try and mend the situation at all.
You threw a suggestion out there, immediately shut it down.
Yeah.
And it sounds like multiple times you've talked to him about it, to where he's just like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Like, okay, well then this seems to be a pretty serious thing, at least for my part of the relationship. So I don't know. It feels like shit to be unheard.
Yeah. And this is actually very parallel to that one story we did where the genders were reversed. I think it was with Stewart.
Yeah, it was the husband like said that he went to therapy about it. Like he had some
he was feeling
insecurities,
neglected.
feeling neglected. Yeah, but the thing is, he
cheated.
straight up like in essentially, yeah. But
Yeah.
I think it was justifiable why he did it.
Yeah. I think I
Wait.
landed on everyone sucked, but
Yeah, we leaned on that, but I was just like, you know what? I feel like you said it so many times.
because if you keep bringing, like, if you're bringing this to the table to discuss in a relationship and trying to have a healthy conversation about it, and your partner is just, brick walling you,
Then
you
divorce.
Get divorced. That's exactly. Don't cheat. That's
Don't
why
cheat.
he sucks.
I'm anti-cheat.
But in this story, she hasn't done that. She's brought up the idea of an open marriage. He refused. So the only thing left is like either he's got to change or she's got to move on with her life and find someone that appreciates her and wants to, satisfy her.
Get that D and get that D. That's all I can say.
Divorce. Oh, I understand.
Oh, divorce and then dick. Gotcha.
Got it.
I gotta say, it just bugs me anytime like we hear these stories where like somebody is like bringing up an issue that obviously, and also bringing up issues is difficult in a relationship. So if someone's bringing up an issue, as serious as intimacy, I feel like, they're being brave and they're being like, all right, well, this
Vulnerable.
obviously means a lot
Mhm.
because I have to do this. If it didn't mean a lot, I wouldn't even bring it up. It means a lot. I'm going to do this. And then to be shut down, and then not only shut down, but also like give no like, all right, well,
No
here's
compromise.
a counter,
Yeah.
a compromise, or like another, like, you're like, okay, well, just other ideas. Like, all right,
Yeah.
let's fucking just throw a bunch of ideas at the wall. It's always just like, no, that's just how old people are. I don't know what to tell you. Or, just like, she comes up, okay, well, we can't do that. And then she's like, well, what about an open one? And he's like, no, it's kind of like improv. You got to always be like, yes, and you know what I'm saying? Yes. And
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, dude can at least, if he's not feeling up to it because, maybe that's not his shit anymore, right? He could at least offer something to his wife to be like, hey, maybe let's go to a couples therapy, or maybe let's go to a sex therapist, and let's find that middle ground where like I can satisfy you in a way that like, maybe I'm not up for like the type of intimacy you want, but let's find something that we can do together so that way we can sustain our marriage. The whole like, we've been together this whole time. That is not justifiable. Sometimes love is not enough, right? You got to do all these other external factors and all these other things to keep a marriage going, because, they've been together for 20 years. It's understandable. Like the well has probably dried up, or the fire is not as hot and burning as it used to. But, if you truly love your partner, when they communicate their needs to you, you got to do something about it, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And
Agreed.
Reddit agreed with both of you, said not the asshole. Gray said, okay to everyone saying low T, as in testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that takes out your sex drive, but you don't need high testosterone to go down on your partner or be intimate in a non-sexual manner with them.
Or to just bring up other ideas. I feel you don't have to be high T to come up with an idea of like, why don't I fucking, I don't know.
Use a toy or something on you.
Yeah, why don't I fucking make a mold of my dick or something? It's close enough. Do something.
Well, so they go on to say, especially after you've given them a blowjob, it may be part of the issue, but the bigger issue is the hubby appears to be selfish because he's asking for a blowjob. So he's not, the low libido is not the issue because he's still asking for you to do sexual favors to him. The issue, he's not even willing to do anything for you.
Do it back, yeah.
It's crazy to ask. It's crazy for them to ask and then to you reply.
He's like, you know what?
Let's not do that, but you can do it for me though.
Yeah. What? Excuse me? And then Blink 182, your bedroom said, you can catch me dead before I put up with a man that asks for a blowjob but refuses to touch me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Excellently put. All right. Third story here. We got cross posted by 2 Hatchets. And the title for this one is, Am I the asshole for blaming my wife?
I mean,
just statistic wise, you know what I mean? If we're going with the numbers, probably. I would say probably, yeah.
He's blaming his wife for not giving him a blowjob. So I'm going to go with yes.
It's the opposite side.
My wife won't give me a blowjob, but I refuse to do anything for her.
My wife is begging for sex, but when I tell her to give me a blowjob, she says no. What's going on? What the hell?
What the hell? All right. So I am currently paying restitution for a crime that I don't really care to disclose. As part of my judgment, I'm required to take a class. I sleep really heavily, like through a natural disaster heavy. I am essentially dead to the world. I sleep very soundly, and when I'm woken up, I can be really crabby. It's really hard to get sleep with the meds that I take for bipolar. With that being said, I set my alarm this past Friday night and added my class to my wife and mine share calendar. I woke up in a panic after I realized I was an hour late to my class. That's got to be the worst feeling when you wake up late.
I still have nightmares, not often because I barely remember my dreams, but I recently had a nightmare where I was in my dream. I was like, wait, what do you mean we have a test tomorrow? Like, I'm in a class?
You want to know how bad of a student I was? I've never had that nightmare.
Yeah. Nancy has that dream often.
My trauma is like waking up at 4:30 every single morning, hearing the bugle sound of hey, you gotta go run fucking 6 miles right now. I was like, oh my God, where do I need to be at the moment?
Uncle Sam waking you up. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. That's why they're paying me a lot of money for it. You fuckers fucked me up.
All right. So an hour late to his class. When I came out of the bedroom, my wife was on the couch having dinner. When she saw me, she smiled and motioned to the counter where she ordered me a pizza and breadsticks. I told her I missed my class, and she said, "Oh, I heard your alarm, but I wasn't really sure what it was for." I was really pissed then. I asked, "Why didn't you wake me?" And she said she knew how hard it was for me to get to sleep, and she didn't want to wake me up. I reminded her of my class, and she says she forgot about it. This sent me reeling, and I just kept asking why she didn't wake me. The more I yelled, the more she turned the TV up, so I kept yelling. Finally, she turned the TV off, placed her dinner on the counter, and went into the bedroom. I followed behind her, asking why she couldn't have just woken me up. She was quiet, not answering. I get closer, and she retreats to the bedroom where I stand at the door, asking why. What a child! Instead of trying to reschedule his class.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That was
Actually,
beautiful. Yeah.
Holy shit, that was amazing.
Instead of reorganizing his schedule and trying to schedule his class, he's just like, "Why didn't you wake me? Why didn't you wake me?"
Why don't you have multiple alarms if you know it takes you a long time to wake up?
Yeah.
Also, they have like multiple like different kinds of alarms. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to, before I got married, I used this alarm that I would put like in between my pillow and my pillow sheet, and it would fucking vibrate the fuck out of.
God damn.
Yeah, because I'm a heavy sleeper. So.
Oh, same here.
But you just yeah, there's other options. She is not responsible for your dumbass. I think
you grown ass adult.
It's your class.
If you're grown enough to get married, you're grown enough to fucking figure out how to wake up.
100%.
Why didn't you teach yourself how to fucking wake up?
Or you just skipped a fucking class, man. It's one class. You'll be okay.
Watch, it's a final.
That's on you.
I have speculations as to what the class could be, but we'll hop into the rest of it because it does get worse for sure.
It seems pretty violent right now.
It's probably anger management.
Yeah, that's what I was going to guess. But anyway.
Yeah.
Eventually she comes out and I lock her out of our bedroom, telling her to pick the lock if she needs anything. She comes to the door asking to come in to grab her nighttime vitamins. I take my time opening the door and grab my pizza before closing the door behind myself.
Okay, you fucker. Okay, you fucking fucker. You still went and got your goddamn pizza. Fuck you, man.
This dude's a child. Just having a tantrum.
So mad, but I'm a little hungry. My tummy a little wobbly.
I forgot my garlic sauce.
My wife stayed with her parents for the weekend and she is very hurt. She cried and told me that no one has ever talked to her like that before, and she is worried about my temper. She's afraid that I may resort to locking her out of the house or car in public places, which is ridiculous. I decided to apologize.
Is it though?
It's pretty on par with what you would do.
Seems like not that ridiculous.
Sounds like you turn into a child.
It's like Andy punching the drywall vibes with this guy.
Yeah. I decided to apologize because we were going on day 4 of her being uncomfortable around me and upset about what transpired. I just want things to go back to normal. I don't think closing a door, and in brackets, that wasn't really locked, and shouting is out of the ordinary when angry. So am I the asshole?
So you haven't said sorry this whole time.
Sounds
no,
like
he said it on day 4 because he wanted to go back to normal. Not because he was actually sorry for what he did.
Okay.
So is he the asshole?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It sounds like you have a lot of things to work on about yourself.
That's what, because I was definitely thinking like it's probably like some sort of anger management course or something like that, like court ordered or something.
I mean, he also said he had a condition, right?
Bipolar. Yeah,
bipolar.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
That he takes meds for. But that's no excuse to.
Oh, definitely
your wife.
I don't know much about bipolarism, but I would imagine within the 4 days, you probably could have apologized sooner.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know
for sure.
you know? I don't know what the effects of that are.
or
But
the
I imagine-
hours, or the hours you had locked her out of the bedroom with your pizza.
As soon as you grab the pizzas, when you really should have been like, I fucking way overreacted there.
Yeah,
I am gonna grab this pizza that you bought me. Thank you for that. I apologize.
because you're an adult. It's your responsibility to
Mhm.
wake yourself up and get to your, class or work or whatever it happens to be. If you truly wanted her to wake you up before you went to lie down, be like,
Should have communicated that.
"Hey, could you wake me
Yeah.
up at this time because I have a
I was
class?"
thinking that too. Because
It's
like
super simple.
sharing the schedule isn't like
Automatic.
explicitly
Yeah.
like, hey, if I'm not up, like, please wake me up. That's just like, hey, this is what I'm going to be doing. If you worry about it, this is what's happening.
Yeah,
Especially if it's as important as your reaction is making it seem. That's
Exactly.
Communication is key.
I give people like a one statement like buffer. Just be like, oh my gosh, why didn't you wake me up? Type of one time. But then when you
Sure.
start blaming it on me, I'm like, bitch, it ain't my fault. The fuck?
yeah. It's like, oh, my bad. I didn't know that was you're supposed to go to class. It's like, oh shit, that's my bad. I should have communicated that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
immediately retract that statement and be like, yeah, it is my fault, which you did not do.
Mhm.
And Reddit agreed and said, asshole. Hot Solutions 8954 said, I have bipolar disorder and take meds too. And you know whose responsibility it is to set alarms and be responsible for getting me up? Mine and only mine.
Yep.
It's also not an excuse for abusive behavior because my behavior is also my responsibility, just like his.
Mhm.
So there's someone who, and there were quite a few people
Has
in the
experience.
comments who have bipolar disorder and are like, yeah, no, this is unacceptable. Like this is not on her. It's not her responsibility. It's yours. So yeah, I thought that was a good perspective to have here.
Mm-hmm.
I hope those comments was a wake up call for him.
For sure. The new kittens there.
I don't even know if Josh caught that or if
I
he
didn't
just
know.
Oh, okay.
He got distracted by the cat, but
Yeah,
I
that's-
saw Sean
that's
shaking
fair.
his head.
That's fucking fair.
All right, so let's move on to the next one here. Cross posted by Hop Into It. I wonder if they're like a listener because I say hop into it a lot. So that'd be kind of interesting.
Ah.
Comment 69 if you want to hop into it, or if you listen to it, hop into it. I said that wrong.
Wow.
Wow.
This one is titled, Am I the Asshole for Reporting My Daughter's Teacher?
Ooh,
Recording?
Reporting.
Oh, reporting. I was like, recording definitely seems weird. Reporting? I don't. If you think you're truly concerned about your kid, I don't think there's anything wrong with reporting them. Right?
Yeah, but also like there are some parents who are like extremely annoying when it comes.
Oh, for sure. Like
to,
they don't
their
even talk
child's
to the. They don't even talk to the teacher at all. They just go straight to the fucking principal or
or they
whatever.
like straight up blame the teachers for like kids' behaviors when that shit should be fucking addressed at home.
It's taught
or
at
some shit
home.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
I have a feeling it's one of those cases.
All right, so you guys are were you guys split or did you guys say
I'm
not the
going
asshole?
asshole.
I have already forgotten what the story was.
Reporting daughter's teacher.
Oh, I would say, there are definitely times when it's valid, but I guess, if we're just going purely statistics, math, then probably it's a shitty parent. It's usually shittier parents more than shitty teachers.
Okay.
Yeah, you know how stressed out teachers are? Severely underpaid and underfunded.
Yeah. Imagine if they have 30 of your kid. Imagine if you had 30 of your own child at home. You'd be like, what the fuck? You'd be mad.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give them some respect.
All right, so let's hop into it. My 4th grade daughter came home from school and told me that her math teacher gave her a compliment. I'm guessing that's how
no.
he framed it. This gets gross. He told her that as she grows into a young lady, she's going to fill out very nicely.
Yep, we're definitely wrong.
We're
God
so wrong.
Damn.
We're so fucking wrong. Report his ass immediately.
Yep.
A 4th grader?
Yeah, wait. Let me finish the whole quote. So, She's going to fill out very nicely. And he said he's excited to see her growth over time.
No, jail.
Yeah.
Excited to see her grow
Yeah.
over time. Jail.
Gross.
Also, fucking hell yeah for your daughter for being like, that shit was weird. I need to tell my parent. Because
Immediately, yeah.
holy fuck, jail. This
Yeah.
guy should not be on the streets. Jail.
Oh,
I was enraged. I don't want her going to the school anymore, and I want to report this teacher.
please do.
I bet you he has some weird shit on his computer.
Oh,
He just out here saying this to fucking fourth graders.
yeah, that's fucking creepy. My husband said the comment shouldn't be taken too seriously because it
No,
was just
husband
a joke.
jail.
Yeah.
A
What
joke.
the fuck? Yeah, a joke.
A joke. Who jokes like that, dude?
That's
If
disgusting.
my daughter told me this story, I'd be rolling up to the school next day, ready to fucking go, dude.
yeah.
A joke? Are you fucking
Yeah.
kidding me?
But like, what's 1 + 1, motherfucker?
Yeah, dude, that's not, I don't know where this guy's from, but where I'm from, there's no jokes. Ain't no jokes about that.
Yeah, the math ain't mathin', right, John?
No, God.
For real.
Fuck both of you.
So my husband said, don't take it too seriously because it's just a joke. He said a report like this could ruin the teacher's whole life.
And it should.
He did it to himself.
Correct. My husband said not to ruin the guy's life because our daughter is already going to be leaving the school. He also thinks this guy could target our family if he finds out that he was reported, and it could turn into a potentially dangerous situation.
Oh, go fuck around and find out. See what happens. I swear
Yeah.
to God. Oh my God.
Also, it's hard to
I
stalk
feel
me when you're in
like
jail.
I
you fucker.
would, as much as I say I don't like saying divorce, and as much as divorce happens to just be what sounds like a solution, but I think I would not trust my partner anymore with the safety of my child if
Yeah.
they're taking those comments as a joke. I'd be like,
Very lightly, yeah.
actually, what the fuck are you talking about? A joke or not? Not cool. You can't be saying shit like that. That's
No. Not to fourth graders.
And just to be like, our daughter's, in fourth grade, they're going to be going to the next school. So you're okay with the next little kid getting fucking weird comments like that? And like, that's sexual harassment. If you said that to your fucking coworker, like, oh my
Your
God.
ass will be fired.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I've got to watch you grow and fill out. Oh, dude, what? What are you actually fucking talking about? I would divorce my partner.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
so quick. I'd be like,
You're out of the equation.
that's all it would take for me to be fucking out, completely out.
Yeah.
Like lost trust. You cannot protect our child.
It's disgusting. OP goes on to say, I absolutely think the comment should be taken seriously regardless.
Yes.
This is putting a lot of stress on me, and I have to know if I would be the asshole for going against my husband's wishes and reporting it, even though she will no longer be attending that school.
Man, fuck your husband's wish. It's all about your daughter's safety, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. So am I the asshole?
No.
No.
You're being a mom. You're actually being a parent as opposed to the dad. That is insane.
Yeah. Like, it's insane to me that he's even like, why stick your neck out for a dude who's like harassing children? I don't understand that mentality.
I never understand it.
That is
what the
not the
fuck?
first kid that person did it to or that
No.
teacher did it to. Absolutely not.
And
They're
it
like-
won't be the last
No.
because of parents like the dad in this situation.
Yup.
Yeah. He's like, oh, it's going to ruin his life.
Good.
Over comments. It's like, you don't know how many kids he's done this to. You don't know what he's done to these kids. Like, it could be way worse. It's way better to get it reported and have an investigation so that we could find out how fucked up this goes. You know what I mean?
Also, is it not worrying that even though your daughter is leaving this school, he said, I'm excited to watch you grow?
Watch. Yes.
Yeah.
You think it's over just because he said he's excited to watch it. How is this not an immediate alarms going off in this dude's head, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. It's disgusting. I don't know. I truly don't understand the mentality of trying to protect people like this, because it's just like, yeah, he ruined his own life. This is his fault.
Yeah.
He deserves to have the punishment,
The proper
of his
reprimand,
actions.
at least. Yeah.
Yeah,
this is
reprimand.
just
That was the word I was looking
wild.
for. Yeah. Reddit team, not the asshole, obviously.
I want to fight multiple people from this story. It's a lot.
Lock and
You
shock.
got the teacher,
barrel.
I got the dad. Let's go.
Yeah, tag team, dude.
Hell yeah.
I'll help you out with the teacher, to be honest.
All right, bet.
Lock and shock barrel 10 said, actually, they said something funny. They said, I don't even like kids, and I'd go to prison if I heard someone say this to a child. And I just thought,
Just to any child.
Yeah.
See, the poster didn't even say my child. Any
kid.
child, you should be mad.
Yeah.
Especially your child. I do not understand this guy.
No, it makes zero sense. His mentality. So, all right. Moving on to the next story here. Crosted posted.
Well, we're so angry.
I know I have to take my glasses off for that shit. I'm like, I am seeing red right now.
Dude.
So this one's cross-posted by I'm _ we 041200. The title is, Am I the asshole for freezing out my wife after she told people that having sex with me does nothing for her?
I'm not a fan of like airing out your business to other people. I'm gonna go everyone sucks here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Because, like, I'm okay if it's like one or two, like her best friends. Like, okay. You know,
I'm not even okay with that shit.
Because to me personally, I can imagine where she'd be like, all right, I don't know how to bring this up. I'm telling you so you could like help me bring it up to him type of deal. If it's like let's come up with a solution on how to say this like in a way that doesn't like hurt him type of vibe, that's fine. Because there's some certain situations where you're like, well, I can't just bring this up cold to my partner because then, we should bounce ideas off each other. I think that's cool. But if it's like ridicule and just be like, let's fucking chop on my husband, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, he can't get me off. You're lucky your husband can't, like some shit like that. That's obviously not okay. But I can see the scenario where hopefully, maybe this is just optimistic Sean coming back now that the rules don't exist. Hopefully, I'm just thinking she's like, okay, like having a bad life, sexual life, instead of posting it on Reddit, I'm going to talk to my best friends and be like, it's not happening for me anymore. How can I talk about it? At least that's what I'm hoping for. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm going with everyone sucks here. He probably is probably selfish in bed or sucks in bed. And for me, the wife probably sucks for telling other people that instead of going to a professional where they can both sit down and address the issues at hand. But I don't know, airing it out to like other people, to me, I find that disrespectful. I'm just like, damn, if you really got a problem with me, talk to me first before you air it out to everyone else. But I don't know. I'm going everyone sucks in this scenario.
All right. So for context, and there's a lot of math involved here. We, 56 male and 47 female, have been together for 26 years, married for over 20 years with one child.
Do the math.
One more time? 40 what?
It breaks the Sean rule. I'll do the math for you. He was 30, she was 21 when they've been together. So I don't think it's the biggest part in this story. It's weird, definitely, but it's that gray area where they've been together for so long that I don't know.
Yeah. Like we said, it's not the breaking the Sean rule is not always, lead to disaster.
Yeah.
There's just higher than 50% of the time it leads to disaster.
Oh, you putting a number statistically saying.
I mean, statistically saying, if I'm speaking from my heart, like 90%. But I get flamed sometimes for the Sean rule, so I'll say, we'll meet in the middle, 50%. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Like with any age.
I will say, I think in this story, it is fairly irrelevant. I mean, you can read into it however much you want to. I don't think it matters as much as some people will probably make it.
Yeah.
All right. So they have one child. We have always tried to make the most of our weekends together, and yesterday was no exception. We had a day out, shopping and food, and then met up with some acquaintances for a few drinks before heading home. The subject got around to relationships and how to keep the flame burning. One of the younger women asked my wife how to keep sex enjoyable after being with the same person for so long. She replied, quote, I don't know, having sex with OP has done nothing for me since our child, 18, was born, end quote. There was an awkward silence and people started making excuses to leave. Traveling home, mostly in silence, I asked her if she thought it was appropriate comment and that I wanted her to apologize. As per usual, she doubled down and blamed me for being too sensitive. Since then, there has been no
Ooh.
communication. So am I the asshole for getting too upset?
Hell nah. That's fucked
Yeah.
up.
Optimistic me was very wrong. Not a couple of close friends. And unfortunately, yeah, it just in front of open forum.
Jesus
Wild
Christ.
to fucking just drop that bit of information. Like,
Yeah, because truly, even if he is like, not performing in bed, like whether it's
She ain't
like,
gonna say nothing about it. Yeah. Like,
being selfish, yeah, you have a conversation in private about that. You don't just in front of acquaintances drop that
man, she's
in the
been
open.
holding
And
that
then,
shit forever.
yeah, and then when your partner comes to you and is just like, "Hey, that
Well, she doesn't come apparently.
Jesus Christ," when your partner is like, "Hey, that bothered me," and I'd like you to apologize.
yeah.
Just goes, "You're too sensitive. Fuck you." Basically, it's like,
Yeah, just like story number one. If somebody is coming up to you for something, how they feel about the relationship, fucking hear them out. Don't just shut them down.
yeah, take them
Mhm.
seriously. Talk to them. Like, to shut them down and just not communicate is probably the issue as to why your sex life is not
Also,
doing it for you.
it's impossible for her not to have felt the room shift, the energy shift.
Yeah,
when
bro.
everybody's
Everyone
like,
is trying to dip. It's like, oh well, this is
I'm
awkward.
actually
Ah,
the babysitter. I gotta go. What the fuck?
I gotta feel
With
my
my
donkey.
oven on. Oh.
Yeah, that's strange to drop that in front of everybody.
Mm.
Reddit said, not the asshole.
Good.
And Afarius15 said, it's one thing to have an honest private discussion. It is what it is. It's another thing to drop that on your spouse in front of other people.
Yup.
That's like when fucking like I saw it recently with Rooster Teeth. I haven't really watched anything Rooster Teeth.
R.I.P.
Yeah, but then they like went out
What's
on a tweet
Rooster
and
Teeth?
all.
Oh,
It used to be
God.
like a video game thing, wasn't it? Was that not like the Halo thing originally? That's what I remember it for. But they do a lot of different stuff, I think now.
Yeah, they
Ah.
podcast. They YouTube. It's a YouTube company basically, and they made like a bunch of content.
Yeah.
We should do. We should
Okay.
have a.
So-
we should have a segment where we just show John the internet. Like,
That's true. just
What do you call it?
Working all the time, so I don't have time for this shit.
I guess Warner Brothers bought it and then they have like closed it, like rest in peace, Rooster Teeth, and all the employees found out through Twitter. And they
Yeah,
were like,
Mm.
wait, what?
Oh.
Imagine like that, but your wife in
Yeah.
front of everybody. You learning the news with everybody else is
sucks.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Crazy.
when Twitter or whatever was laying off a bunch of people, and they were finding out through like tweets and
Through
shit.
Twitter,
It's
yeah.
like, oh, that sucks.
That's bad.
Yeah. Communicate, talk to people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Not,
And give
not in front
feedback.
of other people.
I'm very big when it comes to like this is my HR side showing, but like Juliet and I always do feedback for each other in our relationship. Like just like, hey, what can we do to be better? Like how can
Here's
I
a
support you a
rubric.
little better? It's my rubric. Like, like we have performance reviews for each other type of shit. So,
Okay,
hey,
I've seen that.
Raise discussions.
stellar all the time. Stellar. I know I got a lot of shit to work on, but like her, always stellar. Shout out to my babe. What's up, girl? I know you listening. Love you.
That's the
I
only
don't know if
reason
this
he
is-
said that.
A TV show or a TikTok with like a couple. I forget. There's just so much content being consumed, unfortunately. But a couple was like, actually, I'm pretty sure it's a TV show, but they were like, yeah, we do like an inventory every year. We talk about what we liked about the year, what we didn't like about the year. And then we decide if we still want to like be married or not at the end of the year. And they like take a trip and then talk about how the year went and stuff like that. I feel like that's valid. You should. It's kind of like similar, like me and Nancy have like finance talks like every month or every other month, just to like see where we're at with things like that. And as uncomfortable as it can be sometimes, we're like, damn, I fucking spent like 60% of my paycheck on fucking food. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But like, it has to be done. Like since we started doing that, my credit score has jumped dramatically.
Hell yeah.
so it's
800
just-
gang now, baby. Let's go.
Nope, not even fucking close. But it's gotten a lot better. If that tells you how bad it was. But yeah, I don't know. It's important to have uncomfortable conversations with your partner, and
For sure.
just take a full and not just like at the beginning of your relationship or not right before you get married, like consistently all the time.
Yeah,
always have tough talks.
I will say
Yeah.
I don't love the one meeting that you mentioned being like, we're going into this to decide whether we should divorce or not. It could just be like an open conversation about what's
just
wrong
wild.
with marriage.
I'm pretty sure it was a TV show because that's
Okay.
a very dramatic take.
Yeah. Because I mean, you shouldn't go into the discussion with that as
We
the,
good?
the end goal, right? It should just be like, oh, what can we improve upon? Like, what have I been lacking in? What have you been lacking in? And you can just kind of have an open conversation. I like that. Just didn't like the, the looming thought of divorce over
I feel
that
like
conversation.
maybe the characters were very like math. Like, all right, well, if the cons outweigh the pros, we got to do what we got to do. Unfortunately,
like a Sheldon Cooper Big Bang Theory type of discussion.
Dude, Juliet and I are so fucking corporate that even our chores, we call it like work. What do you call it? It's like workforce integration or something like that. Like, how can we do a work? Well, how can we do like a workflow so then like all our shit makes sense. So hey, if you do a certain task and this is her coding side filling in and she's like, okay, this is the syntax of, I don't know the fucking word she uses, it's like high level shit. She's like, hey, if this is the rule, then this is gonna be automatically that. And it's just like a workflow and it's just like, okay, you get that, I pick that up and all that shit. And it just works. That's just how our brain functions.
Yeah. Coders are efficient, if anything.
that's insane how much you love that, but hate corporate America. It truly shows like, it's work is worth it when the end goal is like fucking amazing. When the end goal is making millionaires richer, fucking work sucks. When it comes to making your wife happier, you'll do anything.
You'll
you know
do
what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy how much just the shift of the goal makes the work itself
It's crazy.
completely different.
We give each other PowerPoint presentations all the time when it comes to dude, it's wild. Like the way we function is so fucking weird. We both hate work, but we apply a lot of work stuff into our daily life.
It makes sense though. I'm with you.
To us, it makes sense to us for sure. Yeah.
All right, you boys ready to hop into the last story of the day here?
Hop into it.
All right. I do have a bonus one if we have time, but this one's the do or die one if we don't have time. So this one's
We've gotten a
cross-posted.
lot of diatribes.
This one's cross-posted by Mary Gitz, 2011 again.
Oh my God, Mary Gitz.
Killing it. And this one is, am I the asshole for wanting to go to, sorry, they have their ages in here and I got to skip that.
That always fucks me up.
I know. Am I the asshole for wanting to divorce my wife because she caused me to go to the ER?
Oh, accidents happen every once in a while, right?
That's true.
Did y'all get so intimate to the point that, either some appendages have been broken off or like you almost got a heart attack from the extreme goodness of that sweet, but okay, let's not go there.
Today I fucked up from having too good of sex.
Did you go on broke dick or some shit? What's going on here?
What are you guys saying?
I think accidents happen. I think you need to be a little kinder to your partner there. This
is a
sounds like a fun story.
Asshole.
Oh, then not the asshole. Peanuts happen. What can we do?
Still in his villain era.
It's inevitable. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's hop into it and see if you guys are correct. Sorry. I would like to give a trigger warning.
No.
And this might spoil a little bit for domestic violence.
Oh, much less fun than Peanuts.
If you guys would like to skip that, feel free to do that if you're a patron. If not, you'll have to wait until Monday for more stories.
Low-key traumatic episode this week.
All right. So my wife, 45 female, and I, 50 male, have been married for almost 20 years. We have a 16-year-old daughter, and life has been pretty good. We've had our ups and downs like any marriage, but we worked through it. We worked together through it. We've even done marriage counseling a couple times to get ourselves on the right track. And in brackets, mostly IRL stuff and feeling like roommates. When it comes to household chores, I've always cleaned the house as I'm a bit OCD with cleaning due to growing up in a household with roaches as a kid. She takes care of the laundry, and we split making dinners on days I'm off work. As I work 12 hours, 4 days a week, kiddo takes care of the dishes. So herein lies the issue. The wife is going through premenopause. She's been super emotional and a bit unlike herself for the last 6 months or so. She's been taking meds to help even out her hormones, but it's taking time. One day she's overly nice, and the next day complaining about every little thing and getting all bent out of shape. So yesterday morning was one of her bad days. I forgot to set up the coffee pot to make coffee in the morning. When I went downstairs, she was all bent out of shape over it. I tried my normal tactic of apologizing as I had a migraine and went to bed early and just forgot. I told her I would make a cup of coffee in a bit as I just woke up and needed to get a bit of morning fog out of my head. Typical thing for me in the morning. She didn't like this answer, so as I went to sit down on the couch, she threw her coffee cup at me.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. Causing
I'm
it to
getting a
smash,
divorce.
causing it to smash into my head, breaking and splitting my head open. At first, I was pissed that she actually threw something at me, like what the fuck? But then I felt liquid, in brackets, blood.
Oh, the hot coffee. Oh, I thought it was the hot coffee. Like
Oh, no,
fucking
there's
burning
no
the
coffee,
skin.
John. We went over that.
Yeah.
The coffee is the
That's
issue.
true. Oh, I got
coffee's the
distracted. Yes.
But it was blood going down my neck. I put my hand on it, pulled back, thinking it was coffee. Then I saw blood. Of course, at the sight of this, my wife suddenly freaked out, screamed at my daughter to get the towel, all the while apologizing to me, crying, stating she was very sorry. We headed to the ER and had our daughter drive as my wife couldn't, as she was a hot mess. Luckily, it wasn't so deep that it needed stitches, and they just used that glue stuff. The thing is, I had a rough childhood/home life. I was physically abused by my mom all the way up until 18. My wife knows this, and when she did what she did, it brought back all those memories so long forgotten. I love my wife, but I swore to myself that I would never be back in a place where I'd be abused ever again. And now I don't even know if I would be the asshole if I filed divorce because of this. I know her hormones are partially to blame, but also know she's an adult and responsible for her actions. I guess I'm just looking for advice and wondering if I'd be the asshole if I decided to leave.
No, absolutely
No.
not. And to kind of use the same example we had earlier about the guy who couldn't wake himself up and had the when he had bipolar, like, is a condition that this wife has. That's her responsibility to fucking get that shit straightened out. And the fact that like her immediate reaction is to get violent with you, and knowing that you had past trauma about it and she still did that shit, boy, run away as fast as you can. Cause no, fuck that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a scary situation. Because, like, at least with the last one, we had like a bipolar person comment in. I really know nothing about premenopause or menopause at all. So I don't know, like, how controllable or not it is. But I mean, I feel like I would definitely be scared of that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if she knows my past traumas and everything. And, like, I wouldn't feel safe. And, yeah, that fucking sucks. Because part of me is like, you know, maybe there's therapy, but also that's violence. That's domestic.
Yeah.
Like there's no like,
There's no excuse for that.
because part of me is like, okay, gender's reversed. I'd be like, you gotta get out of there. It's unsafe. So I feel like it's pretty unfair for me to be like, yeah, maybe try therapy. Like, no, I think you're absolutely
You should leave.
1,000%
Yeah.
within your rights to leave. And, you know,
Mhm.
and she's got to be okay with that. She, as soon as she saw blood, she was like, oh, yeah, this is real. And I think, you know, it's just, yeah. I don't know what I'm saying, but no, you're not the asshole. You definitely should and could leave.
Yeah, I'm like zero tolerance when it comes to any sort of violence or like anything in that resort. Because obviously she snapped, right? And it was, let's blame the hormones, right? Let's just go with that scenario. What if the hormones fucking take its toll again in the future?
What if
Is
it's
she
your
gonna-
daughter next time?
Is she gonna chuck another thing at the dude? So like, dude, you're perfectly valid leaving, and it sucks that like all the work that you've probably done to kind of get over what your childhood trauma was, and for it to everything to resurface and kind of have a physical embodiment of you seeing a pool of your blood essentially dripping to your face, dude. That is a traumatic experience. You have every single right in the world to leave. I don't give a shit what kind of condition she has. Violence is never the answer when it comes to any sort of reaction.
I agree. And Reddit agrees with you guys, not the asshole. And Sean, you said you wanted someone who's going through premenopause to hop in. So Flassorian, said, not the asshole. You need to make sure you and your daughter are safe from violent outbursts. I am also going through premenopause, which makes me a little crazy at times, but allowing myself to lash out physically is never an option, period. So someone who's going through premenopause, and there was a bunch of people in the comments also going through it being like, yeah, it made me cranky or whatever, but I never physically assaulted someone. They're like, that's over.
Yeah.
Throwing a mug is pretty crazy. I'm thankful it wasn't the fucking coffee jug. You know what I'm saying?
With fucking actual coffee in it.
Whenever the story was happening, I was thinking, oh, she's about to throw this glass coffee. I don't know. What is it called? I use a fucking
ceramic,
I guess. I don't have a traditional coffee maker.
Neither do I. I have
I forget what that part is actually called. Pot? The coffee pot? The coffee pot. That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Bro, if she really wants to be destructive and do all this shit, she should consider a fucking there's these things called like break rooms or something where you could just smash stuff. Those are always therapeutic.
I was gonna say martial arts is always like that helped too? Me, and I've seen it help a lot of like kids and adults.
I think
that need to learn control
activity,
boxing classes, something.
But also, she should take that single away from you.
Absolutely,
yes,
yeah.
I agree.
You damn re-traumatized my guy over here. Fuck that.
All right. I do have a bonus story if you guys want to do it.
Let's get it.
Yeah, all right, sure.
It's a bit more uplifting.
Good.
It's not a true Am I the Asshole story in the sense, but
you stole from us?
Well, it's been on the subreddit for a while and you guys haven't done it yet. So
you don't know how John operates. You know how I operate, but John could have done it.
It comes from r/Am I the Devil.
Okay. I wouldn't have taken that.
Oh yeah, we would have taken it. If I see Am I the Devil, I'm like, oh, that's too Josh.
I don't even read.
That's too adjacent. Yeah. I don't read them either.
Anytime I see Am I, oh nope, skip.
I'm like, oh, got it. Josh will be mad.
That's not me. And this was cross posted by again Mary Gitz 2011.
G-Bass.
My God, 3
I know.
In one episode.
In one episode, it's crazy.
That's wild.
So this one, like I said, it was not an Am I the Asshole? I think it's a relationship advice originally, but it was cross-posted on r/Am I the Devil and then cross-posted to Reddit on Wiki.
God damn, it's got to be real bad.
The title for this one is
asshole already.
Whenever it gets cross-posted into one of those subreddits, then it's like
it's usually bad.
I'll give you even more detail on it because it has over 7 million impressions on our subreddits.
Damn, Weezy is 0 cents out of it.
So the title for this one is "How can I, 33 male, get my wife, 33 female, to stop masturbating alone before sex?"
Join her. Whip it out and fucking beat it next to her or something.
I'm confused as to why that is bothersome.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds like sex is immediately following. You're forgiven in my book. I don't know.
Bro, she's just pre-gaming, you know?
Yeah, she's just pre-gaming, brother.
Getting ready. Because you probably don't do it, but we'll hop into it.
Yeah.
That was my first thought is maybe, it's like same thing with like people that are, again, I'm vanilla as fuck, but I see people complain about like, oh man, if she uses a toy or if he uses a toy, then I must not be good enough. I think people just have, different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean? Some people like extra shit.
Or just to change it up every once in a while,
Or to enhance things, There's just ways to enhance stuff. Like, what's wrong with that?
Exactly. All right, so let's hop into it and see if you are on the right track. So we have been together for 10 years, married for 8. I love her. We have a beautiful family and our life is almost perfect.
Hell yeah.
Since having our son 2 years ago, our sex life has completely tanked. After the birth, my wife had a prolapse and did physical therapy for a while. And I think that really changed something. She's struggled with sex ever since. For the past couple of years, she has been too tired to be intimate. And then in brackets, admittedly, she is the one that's up with the baby all the time. He still doesn't sleep through the night. You wonder why. And always wants her to cuddle.
You wonder why she's tired.
Yeah, not a great start. She has even gone as far as to fall asleep in the baby's room when I know she's just on her phone or purposely choosing to go to sleep early on nights we plan to have sex.
I think again, she may just be tired, brother. Like you can have all the plans you want, but if you're not helping with childcare, there's a solid chance she's probably just exhausted.
Yeah. Or just doesn't want to do it, you know? Like there's like you can plan for the have sex, but maybe she just knows that if
That's
she goes
true,
back
too.
and says, "Hey, I'm not feeling it," you might, you know, freak out on her. Or
Bitch
whatever.
and make a Reddit post.
Exactly. We are one and done, so I've had a vasectomy, and she's starting to quit nursing now. I thought that since we don't need birth control, we can finally get back to pre-baby sex drive, which was great. But that is not the case. The sex for her isn't great. She's back in physical therapy now. So she rarely wants sex. She says she is tired and just wants to relax. I told her sex is relaxing, and she laughed and said, "Maybe for you." I don't know what to do with that. I tell her that her own enjoyment is important too. I want us both to have a good time. So about a month ago, she started insisting on being alone for 5 to 10 minutes before we have sex. She has a few vibrators that she uses just for herself. She says she doesn't use porn or pictures, just the toys. I've tried to use them for her once, but didn't do a good job, I guess, because because she just sets them to the side and we just had sex the regular way.
So far, what I'm getting is this guy begged for sex for however long that this baby's been alive. And as soon as she finds a way that works for her to have sex,
He's like, no,
He's like,
it shouldn't be
"Whoa."
that way.
not that way.
Not the way that works for you.
Yeah.
I don't really have problems with the toys, but I think it's
You
weird.
sound
she
like you
needs
do.
them alone every
Yeah.
time she's with me. I've offered to help her use the toys, or she can teach me what she likes. I've even asked if I can just watch. She says that me being there puts the focus back on me. She says she doesn't want to teach me, she just wants to relax, and it helps her get in the right frame of mind. That she will have to think about how long it's taking, or what it looks like from, or the face she's making if I'm in there. I said I don't care what face you're making. I suggested we have sex more often to get back into the groove. I think us doing it so frequently is why we can't get it right. She didn't seem to like that, and it's all come to a head when I told her she shouldn't have to physically psych her up to be with me. And she said, quote, "I have zero sex drive. Sex is not fun or relaxing. It's usually a waste of my time," end quote. And if I want to keep having sex, then this is the way it's going to go. Or she will go back to not doing it at all.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Fuck
Admittedly-
around and find out. That's
Admittedly, since she started doing this, sex has been better. She's more receptive to me and more likely to orgasm. And in brackets, which has been a problem before, she used to say she hardly ever got to orgasm. And this past week, we did it twice, so maybe she's more likely to be interested. But still, I can't help but feel left out, like I'm not good enough. It's weird that we are partners, but she doesn't want to see me, want me to see her or participate. How can I support her so that she doesn't feel like she needs to do this anymore?
what? She found a way to fucking make it work for her. Why are you so upset?
Why are you so pressed?
You
Like,
y'all are having sex immediately after. I do not understand the issue here. Besides just pride.
I'm gonna go a little devil's advocate over here. I feel like what he's when he's asking like, "Hey, can I watch or can I observe and can you teach me how to do it better so I can, help you out a little bit better?" I think that's a valid ask. To me, at least, that shows some sort of initiative. Be like, "Hey, I want this to be like an experience for the both of us." I mean, some of his approach is kind of wild, and I don't think he should be mad for her like getting off, on her own if that's what she's into. But it's not too crazy of an ask to like.
I think
observe.
it's not too crazy of an ask, but it sounds like sex has been all about him for the past 10 years of the
That's
relationship.
yeah.
So
what
if
the
she's
problem
finally
is, yes.
found out a way that helps her climax the way you've been climaxing for a decade, I think that's valid. And I think she should be allowed to do what she needs to do in order to,
facts.
again, have the thing that you've been begging and bothering her over. So like,
It sounds like he's getting sex twice
Yeah.
a week. It seems like.
what? This guy needs to shut the fuck up. Just enjoy the ride, brother. I don't
Like, you are both benefiting from this experience now. Like, she is finally experiencing orgasms, which, I mean, explains why she wasn't that interested in doing it before
Mhm.
anyway.
she
She
was
was chore
not-
before. Yeah, she
Yeah,
wasn't
what
getting
the fuck?
off.
and
That's
now
a
you are
decade
too.
of that. And then for you to come in and be like, well, stop that.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you talking about?
It's great. Like, so that's where I think that argument falls apart, John, is just like, yeah, he can want to learn, sure, but his thing seems to be like, I got to get her to stop using the toys.
That's the part that's wrong. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's like, grow up. Grow up and realize that your wife is fine. And she's just trying to get back into, sexual activities from having a baby. And it sounds like a very traumatic experience. Like she had a prolapse and like a bunch of physical therapy she had to go through.
2 stints in physical therapy.
Exactly. And so it's like, yeah, it's probably going to take her some time to build up her libido, her sex drive and want to get back into that. And so literally there's no harm in like letting her do whatever she wants to do to get there. You know what I mean? And then like later on, if you were like, okay, it's been a few years or however long, it's been a while now. And I would like to learn how to do it to help to enhance the experience for both of us and try and, take this to the next level where it's not just you doing it and it's both of us. If
he's really serious about it and if he's really genuinely wants to be like, hey, I feel like sex should be like a 2-person gig experience. If he really wants to do that, hey, suggest maybe like sex therapy together and like you guys can find out and truly understand, what your needs are. And there's an open and safe space that you guys can practice where someone professional can suggest like, hey, it seems like this is what she's into. Maybe you should try this a little better or like incorporate certain things in a bedroom that, but for now, I agree with what you guys are saying. Like she found her groove. She found what she's into. But be a supportive partner and be glad that she's participating in those acts with you again. But if you really want it to be a collaborative thing, an experience together, be more proactive about how you approach, sexy time with your partner.
And I also, I almost don't believe that he is taking it seriously. Because how do you go a decade without figuring out what works for your partner?
True.
Exactly.
That too.
Even if you should know what works.
Yeah.
At that
by
point.
now, right?
By now. You know what I mean? If you don't know, that means you didn't try. Yeah. In my opinion.
Consistently having sex for a few months, you should have it down and be like, okay, she likes this, she enjoys this, she doesn't like this. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't take 10 years. That's crazy. I agree with that.
Like I mean, unless like, she's like, again, I don't think so because she's getting it off by herself now. But like maybe if she was asexual, that could be a thing. But that's something that comes up in like conversation. Like if you're not trying to figure out what works for her, of course, they're not going to have a good time in sex. They've had a decade of bad sex. What do you want? And then the one way to stop the sex again is from criticizing the way she's having sex. This is the Barbie movie. I want you to do this. They do it not like that. Like, what are you doing?
The way I want you to do it.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, man.
Just be glad she's not telling a room full of people that your pipe game is fucking weak. So.
Exactly.
You told on yourself, actually.
That's true.
You did.
You self-incriminated.
Yeah.
Many times. All right. That is it for this extra long episode. What did you think, Wikimaniacs? Were these people assholes? Let us know down in the comments on YouTube, Discord, or in our subreddit. If you want to hear more, where we did 2 extra stories, join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network.
Dive in.
You unlock those bonus stories as well as bonus episodes that we do every week or once a month if you're a $5 patron. And at the beginning of every month, I put together all of these stories we covered on like Friday to Monday episodes, and I combine it into one episode. And it's usually like another hour and a half worth of content. So
girthy.
So yeah, if you want that, go to patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network and sign up. Thank you, Sean and John, for letting me take up your time and giving your takes. And
glad to be here, Josh.
Appreciate it, buddy. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Later.
Bye, Sean.
Therapy